So the first video I want to show you is a homemade tic-tac-toe. I know we see that a lot, but it really is one of the more simpler things to make. So what I did, I used my heart from the heart and hexagon split die set, and just went ahead and cut 6 of these, and I try to get as much little space between them as possible so I don't waste it. I'm just going to set that aside. So these are the 6 pieces. And you don't have to do hearts and X's if you know like favorite characters, or even like apples and pears. You can do different shapes just as long as they're 2 different ones. We're going to do some X's. I went ahead and cut 3 strips down to size, and I'm gonna make 3 from here. If you want to get the same size with each one, you can kind of eyeball it, or you can measure it if you have like one of the measuring mats. Now there's gonna be a pretty side, which is going to be the weave texture, and then this will be the back side. So on the back side, we're going to go ahead and cut it, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw a cross on the back. That way when we turn it on its side, it'll be an X. And we just need to make sure we do the right side. So I'm going to use these 2 just to help me line it up. Once you have all your pieces cut, we're going to go work on our board. I'm going to use this. And then basically what we're going to do is frame out the pieces and then put it on here. That way it looks a little more, like a little more effort was put into it. I went ahead and just did the 3x3 and just lined it up. That way it was a lot easier. You'll end up with these nice squares. You can use that in the as a gift. You could put like little love notes and stuff like that. But let me not get sidetracked. Let's see, we can go ahead and glue this down. When you're done doing that, you're gonna end up with 2 pieces if you cut it out. Save this, and I'll probably try to use this in another one of the videos for a Valentine's Day gift. So I'm just gonna set that aside. My board is finished. Now, if you want to just do it simple and leave it like it is, that's totally fine. You can do that, or you can decorate each of the hearts. So for lining the pocket, you can do glue all around the edges and then just put it on, or you can use foam tape. You can just cut these into really small pieces. That would look really nice. And then you can also use, if you have any kind of double-sided tape, this one's tissue tape, so it's easy to tear. Then you can just do that right on the sides. I'll probably use this one just because it's easier, but yeah, there's a lot of different options. If you want to make like a separate pouch too, you can do that. Alright, and that's the little pouch. You can keep this all together. If you want to just store it away, if they plan on using it for a while, you can do like a ribbon across and then just hang it. So that's another good idea with the pocket, so it won't all fall out. So I'll just put like a piece of ribbon on there just so you can see too. Like I said before, this is just a basic cutting of this. You can dress it up however you want. You can make it more fancy, you can add ribbons, you can add glitter. The one good thing about this is it does not have to be perfect. It's something you made, so obviously you took time and effort into it. I'm pretty sure whoever you give it to will appreciate that. The next one that we're going to do, if you have a regular cardstock piece of paper, go ahead and do about 3 inches fold like this, and then cut that off so it'll be like a really long, slim card. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a slider card. Save this piece because we'll probably be using this right behind it. Now, I'm going to open this up. If you have a piece that's actually like wide enough to open, then go ahead and use that, because a die cutting machine is always the best at things like this. I do not, so I'm going to have to kind of freehand it. And that piece has been cut out. And I actually have this on the back side, and this is the front side. It's the side with the weave texture. So it's going to be like this, but we're going to work on the inside. So what we need to do is, I'm just going to use the same color on the inside. I'm just going to make it a little bit less. And then I'm going to cut that. I have cut that piece. I'm going to go to the inside of the card. And then what we're going to do, just make sure it fits. And so it's going to be a slider card. You're going to want it to either be pulled this way or this way. So whichever way that you want it pulled, you can leave like a space for it. So for this one, I'm just going to mark it that way you can see. I'm going to leave about this big of a gap. That way I have what I need to pull. So I am going to put some foam tape. I'm going to get the big squares, that way I can cut it. Once you're finished doing the top and bottom, we'll start on the middle. I'm just showing you 2 different ways that you can do it. You can do them all lined together, or you can give some space. There's like a bunch of different options. If you want to use the little squares, you can as well. All of them will work. So what we're going to do next, right here, is going to be like a gap. And I'm figuring out if I'm going to keep this side open or this side. Let's keep this side open. I'm going to close off this left side. we're gonna stop right here. So we have this, and I'm just lining it up with this. It'll go right on top, like that way. That way it covers the tape. And then we're gonna do the same thing that we did on the top and bottom. We're just gonna line it just on the edges. Before we do that, we're gonna need a long piece of paper. I have this, so I'm gonna cut it out. Let's see. I'm gonna cut it kind of in the middle, that way I can do what I need to. This is how big the gap is right here. So on this piece, you need to make as wide as the piece that's inside. So what I'm gonna do is cut out something like this. So I'm just gonna demonstrate what it looks like. So this is the piece that'll go. And then it'll stop right here so that it doesn't go out. I'm actually gonna move this down a little. Okay. Now we can take off all the backings and then place it onto the back of the top piece. I hope that makes sense. So this is the front and this is the inside. So we're gonna place this right on top. Now the fun part, we just get to make our characters. You can use anything. I'm gonna use some, let me see what I have. Okay, I have 2 lemons and 2 apples left over from my stamp set. I'm gonna do the lemons too, just in case I change my mind. Let me show you on this because it'll show up better. This is the shape that I did. So it's like straight, and you do like a little hill, another little hill, and you see that that is kind of messed up, but this center piece is where it'll connect. These 2 pieces will go right on top. I'm just going to hold this for a minute, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And I just showed you a little bit bigger, that way you can see what I do with the tiny one in case my hands are in the way. I probably should have made it a lot bigger, but my apologies. I'm kind of making this up as I go along. And this is how you can do a bow tie too. Tiny little arms, and I'm just gonna cut like an outline around it. So this will be that arm, and this will be for this one. That way when they meet together, their hands touch too. So I'm going to push it all the way in until it stops. Make sure this is lined in the middle. And get foam tape. We're going to place one right here. The finished piece. Since this is already there and we've already decorated our little lemons, minus the bow I'll add later, we can go ahead and decorate the background however you want. You could do a scene like grass in the mountains, or like the mountains with water like a lake, or you can just put words on it. I am gonna look at my scrap pieces, see what I have. Okay, so I gathered some extra pieces that I had from other projects. These are all from the So Crafty collection. I really like the flowers, so I had cut out a bunch. And then this is from the Blossoming Bouquet. My point is, you can use whatever you want from whatever you want. So I'm just like mixing and matching. Like this one's a little bit older and this one's more recent. So you can do the same. And you don't have to do flowers. I'm probably going to do like either a collage or group them together. So I'll probably figure that out first and then we'll see. Okay, so I'm not going to use all these. I think I'm just going to do a heart and a flower collage background. After you have your background finished, we're going to place the right side character. Let's see. Start it right here. Go ahead and put this on. I actually will put 2 of these. That way it doesn't bump into the flowers. We have the finished card with a flower pull tab. Remember, you can decorate this however you want. I was just trying to do something quick and simple. And a little kiss at the end. It's like a hidden message right there. You can even write something on the top. And then you could write a note or Happy Valentine's Day right on the inside. So this is also one idea, and we'll move on to the next one. The next one is going to be like a little book. Pretty much any size paper. I did 6 pieces of paper that originally looked like this. I just cut them down to size. So you just fold them in half. And then what you're going to do to make it more of a book, you're just going to glue these pieces together. There is another way where you can just attach the bottom. That way you can use that extra bit. But we want to keep it simple and easy, so we just glue the sides together and then the next one. So I did 6 pieces of paper to create this. And it's just like a small little book. You can see here, this is where the pages are glued together. That one's still drying. And then this is going to go right in here. So this is one of the strips of paper that's on a regular size. So this is the regular craft paper size. I'm going to put it right at the bottom so you can see. And then you can kind of guesstimate. I think this is like right under 4 inches. You just want it to be a little bit bigger than the papers. So then what I did, I folded it once just to make sure that it'll cover this. And then I folded it again to have this little book, like a spine, I guess you can say. So this will be like the spine, oops, of the book. And then I kind of made it a little bit bigger than the book itself when I folded it again. And then I did the same thing. I actually made this side a little too big and this one's smaller, but it's okay. That way if I put too much stuff in here and it's a little bit bigger, that's fine. And then we're just going to glue this to a separate piece of paper just to make sure they all stay together. That'll just help us put it on to the book a lot easier, so we don't have to glue down any of the pages. But you can if you want. If you want to glue down one of the pages, that's another way to hold it. And it'll actually be like, I don't know if you see the 3-ring binders, but they're not connected in the middle. It's off to the side. That way this has free range, which I really like. You can do that with this book, but I'm just going to go right in the middle. These are pieces that I try to use on a different project that I ended up just creating this with. You can use this for each of the page as like a tab and even a background to the page. So I'll probably do that. I think on 2 of these I messed up the size. So I just need to figure out, I have these extras. I just need to figure out what to do with them. Now I have each of them how I want it. Before you put them on there, just come up with a plan. Like, do you want to put actual pictures, like photos taken? Do you want to put love notes, quotes, things you like about the other person? Or even if you want to draw like cute little pictures or something to make them laugh, you can do that on any of these. But I'm going to figure out what I'm going to put on these. So once I'm done decorating these, I'll come right back. So this is the same book, just decorated. I used the pieces that I had left over that I like to save, and then I just added some things to it. So it wasn't too, it might look complicated, but it wasn't too bad. I just layered a bunch of things on top of each other. So the square pieces that I had from the tic-tac-toe, I used as the right side backgrounds. This, I actually made the envelope, and I'll show you how at the end. And then I just added some string to cover it so that you can open it. And this is just an example of like something you can make for Valentine's Day. This is like something I would make my husband. Or even like if you want to make to a friend. Even you can make it like more simple and make it for like a kid too. I think everyone will appreciate something like this, and I thought this was funny. I love you more than pizza and tacos. And then another thing, you can either unhook it. And I just did this quickly, so it's not going to have all the words. You can pretty much use the same concept if you like. I stuck these here just so I know where I'm going to put pictures. So I think right here. And I'll probably put something right there. Let's see the next page. I have this, so I could put a photo on there, and then I could write on this one. And then I just used a white pen and just did all that. So just an idea. Another envelope. This one just has something inside. And I will show you how to close this. I was just going to use string and wrap it around a few times. I thought that would look cute. Since I'm already using the black and white, I'm just going to get some more. I actually just ran out. Oh my goodness, where is the open? There it is. Just gonna get a bunch of string. Since this is a pretty big book, just pretend all this is already gone so you don't see little dangly strings everywhere. And I'm just using this same print just because that's what I used on the inside, just to tie it all together. You can just wrap it up like that. Now I also have this, almost forgot. I thought it'd be just an extra something on the back. You could put like a gift card or something in this. So scrapbook idea done. Let me show you how to make the envelope, because the envelopes itself can also be a Valentine's gift. So this is the envelope that comes like pre-made with your cards. You can use that for this next idea, or you can do what I'm about to do and make your own. Okay, so I have a 4x4" square. We're going to fold one piece up. You see how it's already next to the crease lines. We're going to fold one over. You can correct the line too if you need to. And then we'll fold the next one over. And then you can see our last one that's right on top. And there is your envelope. And of course, you can make it a lot cuter. This is just, I usually just wing it. I don't really have like a template or anything. I should probably learn a different way, but this works for me. So if it works for you, awesome. So I will go ahead and glue down what goes over. And then I'm gonna cut off this piece right here. And then you can just put whatever you want on the outside. You can leave it just as is. I know on one of mine I did hello and then a heart. Also by itself. This one I'll just put a flower. And there you go. You can make it like this. Let's make 3 more. I'll make it off camera and then I'll bring it back on. I went ahead and made 3 more, and I just stuck some extra pieces I had left over from the scrapbook. And then what you're going to want to do is cut 8 pieces of paper. You're going to put 2 pieces in each one. So I cut 2 in 4 different colors. You can use the same. It doesn't matter what colors. So this I'll use for here. Actually, I need to see which ones these fit. And then we're going to label with these. Just cut any strips of paper or write directly on here. So let me tell you what this is. I don't know if you've seen like some of the this or that TikToks and videos and stuff where you pick like, okay, we're gonna have dinner tonight, but you don't know where, and then you'll have one piece of paper that says Olive Garden, the other one will say like homemade food, and then you let the other person pick. That's what these are gonna be. So we're gonna label them each different ones. And let's see, the first one we could do dinner. And this can go on anyone, and you can change the titles too. These are just ones that I can think of right now. dinner, movie, my husband and I like games, so I'm gonna put game. And the last one, dinner, movie, game. Let's just do snack. And by snack, it'll be like a snack meal or candy or something. Whatever. It could be anything. If you want to dress it up, you can put it on another piece of paper and then add it. I'm just going to put it directly on there. I guess I'll just do it in the middle. After you finish labeling them, you could do one at a time would probably be easier unless you have them already spread out. So pretty much you just put 2 movies. So I will put a lovey-dovey one. We'll do A Walk to Remember. And then we'll put a funny one, Medea's Family Reunion. It's better to have it like separate. If they like horror movies, but you like funny movies, you can do one horror, one funny, just to make it even. And then on the back, you just write this, or you don't have to label it. If you can see through it when you hold it up, which I think we can, we'll put it back to it. That way there's no cheating. Because then, of course, they're going to try to pick what they like. So then when you have both of those, you just put them in. So we have movie done. And then you do the same thing for dinner, game, and snack. So we'll do it like this. And then what I'll do, get some string. And we'll put it behind. Like this. And then we're going to put in the opposite direction. This is going to go to the right and this is going to go to the left. So we're going to cross over, just in case you need to see it, like this. And this is a good way to wrap presents too. And we're just tying a bow at the top. There it is.